This is going to be a rough one. Hey, it's Mel. I hope you're doing well. Today's video is not going to be positive, as this video does involve murder, neglect and child abuse. Now, if you've been a subscriber of mine for a while, you'll notice that I don't post videos on child abuse or child killers. People like friends of mine have asked me to talk about the John Benet Ramsey case and the Madeleine McCann case. If it involves the murder or death or abuse of a child, I don't want to talk about it because it makes me upset. But there is an important side to this story in particular. We're going to be looking at the case of Liam Fee. 2-year-old Liam Fee was born on the 12th of August 2011 in Ryton, Newcastle. He had blonde hair, blue eyes and a big smile. His home was located in Thornton, near Glenrothes. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Liam's mum is Rachel Trelfer. And once she split up with Liam's dad in December 2011, Rachel and her new partner Naomi Fee move in together. In June 2011, the couple entered into a civil partnership. Rachel and her son Liam took on Naomi's last name, Fee, making it Liam Fee. Naomi was 31 and Rachel was 32. Aside from Liam, Naomi and Rachel also had 4 other boys in their care. In total, they had 5 boys. Liam Fee did attend nursery and loved it. However, one day at nursery, the staff noticed bruises on Liam. And when his mum came to pick him up, Liam looked at his mum in fear. And it gave the staff of the nursery a terrible feeling. And that is when they got social services involved. And this occurred in January 2013. Now, in April 2013, this social worker came to Naomi and Rachel's home and questioned them on the multiple bruises found on Liam's body, and what they said was, he bumped his head. That was their excuse. The social worker accepted this and left the home. Now, this is important because after the social worker left the home, that social worker went off sick and no one else was assigned to this family, letting Naomi and Rachel constantly abuse Liam, and I'll get into the abuse later. Just so you're aware of what a social worker is supposed to do, they are meant to maintain good communication with families and maintain the well-being of others. This was not done in Liam's case. Fast forward to June. A lot of time has passed and social services got involved again after Liam was seen punching himself in nursery. This next part is really sad, just a warning. On the 22nd of March 2014, Rachel calls the emergency number 999 and told them on the phone that Liam was not breathing. Once emergency services arrived, Liam was pronounced dead. Liam suffered a ruptured heart from a blow to his body. He also had fractures in his thigh bone and arm. More than 30 injuries were found on his body. After Liam's death, Naomi and Rachel stayed with a male friend, and the male friend later came forward to news and police, telling them that while Naomi and Rachel were in their house, were talking amongst each other and making jokes on how they would be sent to jail for neglect. This male friend that they were staying with said that these women had no emotions and didn't seem bothered. They did not care. A criminal investigation was held and the police searched Liam's home. What was found in this house was disturbing. Police found cable tires, chains, rope, a makeshift cage and a metal cage. At this point, with what was found in Liam's home, the police had enough evidence to link Rachel and Naomi to murdering Liam. As for the other 4 boys in their care, police also find out that not only was Liam being abused constantly by Rachel and Naomi, but the other 4 boys were also being abused. The other 4 boys were finally free from Naomi and Rachel and put into care. In 2016, Naomi and Rachel were given life sentences, also including the abuse that happened to the 4 boys. Even in court, these women showed no emotion. These women also had the nerve to try and blame Liam's death on another child in their care, one of the other boys. Excuse my language, but fuck you, Naomi and Rachel. Right after the 4 boys were released from Naomi and Rachel's care, they went to the police station where they were questioned and they explained everything they had endured in that house, including being tied up, locked in a makeshift cage, beaten. A post-mortem also revealed that Liam had been starving. What these 5 boys went through was horrific. They would often be locked into a room, put into the cage which was made from a bed frame, left to starve, also surrounded by pets, probably pet feces, snakes and rats. Rats! The boys would have their hands tied behind their back. Not to mention that when I was looking at images of the home, Liam's room looks normal. Rachel and Naomi were clever in hiding what they were doing. They were very manipulative and evil and were just trying to hide their tracks. They clearly knew what they were doing was wrong. They put on this fake personality to social workers and neighbours. They seemed like caring, nice and loving parents and no one suspected anything. When social workers or anyone would start a meeting to do with Liam, Rachel and Naomi would often cancel these meetings and people would just accept it, saying, oh, it's fine, we'll just reschedule. A few people did notice marks on Liam's body, and when they questioned Rachel and Naomi about these marks, the women would say, oh, well, Liam is self-harming, and people just accepted that. They just believed it. In 2005, research shows that 40% of the 100 child abuse victims studied were known to social services before their deaths. In the UK, the NSPCC reports in 2016, over 58,000 children were identified as needing protection from abuse. I just want to make this clear, I am in no way hating on social services or child protection agencies. They have already done so much to help children and to save them from abuse, and for that I am grateful. They have helped thousands of children. We need children to feel safe, and in order to do that we need these child protection agencies in place. In my opinion, they should have been more aware of Liam's case and the abuse signs that were going on. I mean, staff at the nursery noticed the marks on Liam's body. What I'm getting at is if there was just good communication between the families and the social worker and with other agencies, this could have been avoided. There was a lack in communication and people were just not doing their job fully. And in Liam's case, the system failed him and did not work 100%. And this is why I am making this video, not only to spread awareness of abuse, but to also ensure that child protection agencies and social workers are more thorough with each other. You have to, have good communication not only with the family but also other agencies to ensure that stuff like this does not happen. I'm just glad that Rachel and Naomi are in jail. If there's a hell, best believe they're going there. But I'm irritated. Like, all of this could have been avoided. The system does not work 100% like it should do, and I hope that changes. I know this was not a positive video, and I'm sorry about that, but I felt like this was just something that needed to be said, and I hope that you're all okay. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon with a more positive video. Take care. Bye.